Hello, my name's Des Richards, the Cornish Medium, and this is my About video. Most people do an About Me page, but not one for writing. Easier to put it on vid. So enjoy. Where did it all start, you're asking yourself? Well, it started when I was young. I was brought up in a village just outside of Camborne here, where the chapel was the hub of the community. My parents, my dad was a preacher, my grandfather's, my brother is today. So I always understood that preaching was in my blood, that a spiritual way of life was. So it wasn't until 95 which I actually got into healing, got attuned to Reiki, started energy work, working with meridians, understanding acupressure, understanding acupuncture, kinesiology, crystals, all of those things. Then moved to Evergreech, just outside of Glastonbury, and that's when my mediumship started to kick in. I bought myself a pack of Egyptian cards. Me and a group would practice every day with the cards. And then left there with all my experience in healing, all the things that I picked up through that time of life. And then I could bring that into my clairvoyance, because it wasn't until I started doing a card reading with somebody I used to live with, things changed. Yes, the card reading ended up to be a spiritual reading. Her ex-boyfriend came through that got murdered. And from then on, I didn't do the cards, because I was a medium, a clairvoyant. So then I found myself in the town that I used to live in, a dear old soul, Janet, and she took me on. She took me around the local churches within Cornwall. She taught me the ways of spirit, the ways of living with spirit, because they come hand in hand. Being spiritual and working with spirit, you've got to have them both. So I made that pact with my guide when I was 30, over 12 years ago now, to work with spirit, to invite them into my life. Obviously with my upbringing and with my parents and grandparents, didn't really want to, but knew I had to. I knew that this was the pathway that I chose before I came onto this side of life. So now I'm just glad to, tell people about my pathway, tell people about working with spirit, about the wonderful things that they do for you, the many, many gifts of working with spirits, the many, many downfalls of working with spirit. So that's me, really. Come from a village in the 70s. I always understood that there was a heaven or a spirit world. Started healing and then started talking to our dear friends in the world of spirit.